You're listening to the New York Sports Show, the #1 all New York sports podcast. Hosted by Dominic Konareski.
Igor Shesterkin is going to get paid. The question is, though, is just how much and whether it's worth to allocate so much cap space to a goalie. After a sizzling playoff run, Shesterkin has reached the blank check status given his importance to the New York Rangers, and that's potentially a scary thought given the volume that Shesterkin has in the locker room and when it comes to negotiation talks. The Rangers need Shesterkin more than Shesterkin needs the Rangers. Going into next season, Shesterkin's projected defensive rating is a plus 15.3 over 58 games. That essentially means that he's expected to save 15.3 goals above expected over a fairly heavy workload. Now that's a mark that trails only Connor Hellebuyck, who's plus 21.1, suggesting that Shesterkin is a relatively safe bet to be a top 10 goalie in a given season. And that's a big deal in the goalie ward given the uncertainty. And yet, that only still comes within an expected value of $9.5 million. Now, according to New York Post's Molly Walker, there is a reason to believe that Shesterkin's camp is aiming for as high as $12 million a year, which equates to roughly 13% of the cap that would be in the same ballpark as past contracts to Carey Price, 14% of the cap, Henrik Lundqvist, who had a 13.2% of the cap, and a rising cap takes care of some of that. Shesterkin's value rises above $10 million in the 4 years afterward, but not enough to get the $12 million range. The expectation is over 20 goals saved above expected per season, something that's extremely difficult to consistently do, but it's asking a goalie to be a safe bet to on up to 3 to 5 results in a given season. But it's even harder for a goalie in his 30s, which is where the majority of Shesterkin's new deal would play out. Shesterkin may be the exception to the rule when it comes to goalies, but this rule is one that is difficult to make exceptions out of. At his absolute best, Shesterkin is a goalie worthy of a $12 million valuation. That's his ceiling. At his worst, he comes in at $9 million. That's his floor. Split the difference and you arrive at the best possible answer, which is around $10.5 million. Add in an extra $100,000, and that is still a record-setting deal, but one worth a slightly more manageable risk profile.